Hi, IPL is a team game, and especially when foreign classic players play with domestic Indian players, all it boils down collaboration, man management, mentoring with youngsters, resulting in performing as a team, as a unit. You can see this very much with Csk, Mumbai Indians, Delhi Capitals, Hyderabad, etc. If you recollect, last year I used to say that IPL is all about A. Pitch behavior, team selection based on the pitch conditions, 3. Agile captaincy, and 4. How will the team combined is able to handle the pressure at crucial moments. Welcome to RK's Eagle Eye. This year, IPL, after a 5-month hiatus from cricket, we are back. This year, IPL 2020 is all about adding one more, the heat factor. And most importantly, how well the players are going to handle themselves without the crowd egging them. Some shy players will feel this homecoming. Let's look back into 2019 performance and what made them stand apart from the rest of the team. If you look at this, I'm just wanting to show you players who have scored 350 runs and above and how it has impacted their team. Okay. Now, if you look at the openers, the middle orders and all-rounders. If you look at the all-rounders, that is where I want to highlight. Okay. So it has been the Csk, okay, and it has been the KKR, the MI, which has taken this team to the next level. When I talk about KKR, I think it is only about Andre Russell, but when you look at the openers, the middle orders, it is the Csk Mumbai Indians, okay, Delhi Capital and the Hyderabad team which has taken this team to the next level. So it is the middle order that is most important than the openers and all-rounders. If you look at the bowling performance, the economy rate, which is less than 8, and people who have taken more than 5 wickets. If you see very well, it is spinners who are most important in this kind of situations. And if you see again, it is the Csk, the Delhi Capital, the Mumbai Indians and Hyderabad. These 4 top people the last year, okay, they have managed it. They have managed to pull this team around because of the economy rate as well. So that tells you the story. Now with this backdrop, let's look into the weather and pitch conditions being played at Sharjah, Abu Dhabi and Dubai. Now Abu Dhabi will host around 20 round robin games and Dubai 24 round robin games and Sharjah 12. Mumbai and Kolkata Knight Riders will play a majority of their games in Abu Dhabi. I think it is about 8 each, I guess. The Sunrisers Hyderabad will play 8 of their games in Dubai, while the Csk, the Kings 11 Punjab, the Delhi Capitals and the Royal Challengers Bangalore will play 7 each in Dubai. So only the Rajasthan Royals matches are more spread out. They play 6 in Dubai, 5 in Abu Dhabi and 3 in Sharjah. Now let's look into the each ground facility, how it is and how it is going to impact the playing conditions. So first let's look at Abu Dhabi. Now Abu Dhabi is generally a bit on the slow side, and spinners can get help from the dry and rough pitch, especially on these hot days. It's not a surface where it is easy to force the pace, and patience is often rewarded over power. And there is also one thing in mind, the dew factor. As most of the T20 matches are day-night matches or completely night matches, the dew falling on the pitch will make it very difficult for the bowlers to control the ball in the second innings. So what is the scoring like? Okay, if it is an average first innings score, it is about 129 runs if you are playing on Abu Dhabi. If you are playing the second innings of that particular match, the second innings players will be scoring about 123 runs total for the team. Now let's look at Sharjah Cricket Stadium. The crack might get introduced with pitch, as the purpose of IPL is excitement and unknown till the end of the match. So it's flat, dry, that will assist the batsmen as well as spinners in some conditions. So toss will play a major role in predicting the winner in the IPL matches this far. But it has been noticed that teams winning the toss prefer to bowl first, taking into consideration the dew factor. Now let's look into the Dubai Cricket Stadium. In T20, Dubai pitch is good for batting, and batsmen will enjoy batting here in T20 matches. So the average first innings score is about 152, while average second innings score is about 147. If it is a day match, the first innings is easy for batsmen to score, whereas the second innings the pitch gets slow as in the innings progresses, and the ball doesn't come easily onto the bat, making it difficult for the batsman to score runs off. Now let's analyze each team. Now what you are looking right now is the Csk team. The big name missing is Suresh Raina and Harbhajan Singh. The middle order is a serious concern for CSK, with Faf du Plessis and Gaikwad to come in at number 3 and number 4 respectively. Suresh Raina has had a rather dismal season in 2019. He averaged about 23.93, having played all the 17 matches with just 3 50s. Unfortunately, Rayudu also played all 17 matches, but he could muster only about 23.5 per innings on an average. Kedar Jadhav also had a dismal season last year with 162 runs under his belt at 16 per innings. If you look at Harbhajan Singh, he had a very good season last year. He got about 16 wickets in 11 matches at an economy of 7.09 per over. He will definitely be missed this season. So, to bolster the middle order, one could see the likes of Jadeja batting high in this order in this season. So it was the all-rounders which took the CSK to the finals in 2019. So CSK fans, don't worry about the loss of Chinnathala. CSK will surely be in the top 5 this season too. So this is the distribution if you look at the CSK, and where they are holding the trump card is the spinners and all-rounders. 32% of their team members are all-rounders, and most of them will be in the playing 11. And spinners too, they are quite dangerous in these kind of situations. If you look at the spinners, it is nothing but Piyush Chawla, Imran Tahir and Jadeja. Now they are going to spoil others parties' dreams. Delhi Capital, Shikhar Dhawan, Hetmeyer, Shreyas, Prithvi Shaw, Rishabh Pant, Stoinis will be the bulk scoring, and they have introduced a new person, Daniel Sams from the BBL. He had a terrific outing last year in the BBL, and they expect him to perform the same for DC this season. I guess this was as recommended by Ponting. Jason Roy and Chris Wokes to me will not be missed, because DC is already strong in the batting department with Shikhar Dhawan Prithvi Shah, Shreyas, Hetmeyer and Stoinis. What was actually missing in 2019 was the bowlers. I would actually go in for a 7-3 combination of domestic players versus international players. Delhi players should back itself with its strength. Fast bowlers will leak runs, and it's the spinners who needs to flight the ball at regular intervals. With Ashwin being bolstered into the IPL 2020 team for Delhi Capitals, and Stoinis who bowls a lot of deliveries from back of the hand, and Sams who had an impressive BBL season, especially with his death bowling, Delhi management could feel itself as safe this season. I feel that Delhi could not be safe this season as the conditions are completely foreign in nature. With young bowlers like Sam and humidity sapping, Sam might give away to other bowlers with just 2 or 3 outings. I don't see Delhi Capitals in the top 5. If you look at the bowling of Delhi, it is Rabada and Ishan Sharma who could leak runs in these kind of situations. And the team and the players who could actually stem the runs leak could be Ashwin and Amit Mishra if they are going to flight the ball and not bowl faster ones in these kind of situations. Now this is the distribution of the Delhi Capitals. If you look at it, the all-rounders contribute 22% and the spinners a mere 17%. So Kings 11 Punjab, now they have Chris Gayle, Mayank Agarwal, Glenn Maxwell, James Nishan, and top it all, KL Rahul. The best 11 combination is a big challenge for Kings 11 Punjab as they do not have a balanced team. The weakest link is their bowling department, and with Ashwin having taken 5 wickets last year at an economy of 7.27 and moved to Delhi Capitals, the team lacks that bite. To counter this, they've added to that they have 32% of players as all-rounders, and that is going to be a big risk. If Shami gets injured, then that's going to be a bigger worry for them. Other than KL Rahul and Chris Gayle, they do not have a team that could be consistent throughout the tournament, and that's going to be a huge factor in them not moving to the top 5 this season. And if you look at the Kings 11 Punjab distribution, the batsman is 17%, whether they are openers or middle orders. What we saw earlier today, the middle order batsman will have to prove a lot in these kind of pitches. Now let's move on to KKR. The most impact player of last year were Andy Russell, Nitesh Rana, Shubman Gill and Dinesh Karthik, of course. It was the bowlers who let them down, with Kuldeep having taken just 5 wickets. And apart from Russell, 12 wickets, and Narain, 10 wickets, not much support for the other bowlers. And that is why you could see them not in the top 5 last year. Cummins is the only player they have bolstered, and lot will depend on the support that he might get from Narain, Russell and Kuldeep. If this is true, they will be seen in the top 5. And this is the distribution, if one could see that. All-rounders 26% and spinners 16%. What they could satisfy themselves is batsmen with 37%. Mumbai Indians. Hardik Pandya, in 16 matches last year, he averaged about 44.66. De Kock smashed about 529 runs. Pollard's strike rate last year was 156.74. And Surya Kumar Yadav amazed about 424 runs, with skipper Rohit Sharma scoring about 405 runs from 14 matches. On the bowling front, Bumrah took 19 wickets in the last season at 6.63 runs an over. Chahar had taken about 13 wickets, Krunal with 12 wickets and Hardik Pandya with 14 wickets, and it was a consistent team that had taken them to winning the title in 2019. Malinga, who had taken 16 wickets last season, will be sorely missed. Since it is a rank slow turner, I would go for an extra spinner this season rather than for a medium pacer. I would bet on Jayant Yadav ahead of Dhaval Kulkarni. The team is bolstered with high hitting men, and how they are going to cope up with the pitch conditions that is available in UAE is going to be very interesting for Mumbai Indians. This is a consistent and all-round team, and I'm sure they will be in the top 5 this season as well. Now this is the distribution of the Mumbai Indians, with all-rounders 29%, batsmen 24%, and it is spinners with 14% that might create trouble for them. Rajasthan Royals. But for Ben Stokes, Steve Smith, Archer and Butler, Rajasthan Royals team overall looks ordinary. Rahane, who scored 393 runs last year from 14 matches, is now part of Delhi Capitals. And Sanju Samson, who scored 342 runs from 12 matches, is the bright spot along with Uttappa. So Smith amazed about 310 runs in 12 matches, Butler 311 runs from 8 matches. Shreyas Gopal, he took about 20 wickets last season, and Unagdat had taken about 10 wickets last season. This year, they have bolstered 2 spinners, Mayank Markande and Rahul Tewatia. Both these spinners bowl at a fairly high speed without tossing the ball much. In UAE, one needs to bowl as slow as possible and allow the ball to do the rest. Unfortunately, I don't see them in the top 5. The reason for that is very simple. You have all-rounders at 18%, batsmen at 29%, fast bowlers at 35%, which I don't think is required in these kind of pitch conditions, and spinners at a mere 18%. I'm talking about the impact that it would create for players facing Royals Rajasthan. RCB. If one sees the overall performance of RCB, it is only Gale, ABD and Virat who have been performing consistently for them. In 2019, only 2 people crossed the 400 mark, which is very easy to find out. Virat and ABD. Parthiv Patel had scored 373 runs last season. Good to see them bolstering the batting with Finch and a prospect, Padikkal. Now all eyes will be on this young batsman. On the bowling front, it was Chahal with 18 wickets and Pradeep Saini with 11 wickets, who stole the show in the last season. Since it is going to be a slow turner, and with Chahal, Negi, Washington Sundar and Zampa in the team, the chances of RCB getting into the top 5 looks very, very bright. Now RCB has now got a balanced team, and if they cannot do it this time, they cannot do it anytime under Virat Kohli. If RCB doesn't make it to the top 4 this season, the chances of Rohit Sharma captaining the Indian 11 for the World Cup T20 looks very, very bright. Sunrisers Hyderabad. The consistent all-round performance of the entire team has brought them into the top 4 in the very recent performances. Warner in the last season has scored just 8 runs short of 700 runs in 2019. Bairstow amazed 445 runs, and Manish Pandey about 344 runs. In the bowling department, it was Rashid with 17 wickets, Bhuvneshwar with 13 wickets, Khalil Ahmed with 19 wickets, and Sandeep Sharma with 11 wickets. They all stole the show for Sunrisers Hyderabad. The team has it to be in the top 5, with consistency being their second name. Now, if you look at the overall SRH distribution, all-rounders account for 30%, but spinners account for 15%, and it will be a difficult task for them whether to take Mohammad Nabi into the playing 11. If not, they need to remove either Kane Williamson or Bairstow. So we have seen each team how they are going to fare in this IPL 2020. Now let's look into the big impact players in each team. Now let's look into this graph. Now CSK has got 3 batsmen and 4 all-rounders. as the most impactful players in their playing 11. I'm talking about the impactful players from the playing 11. So if you look at the overall, my assumption is, it is not going to be the all-rounders who will steal the show this time. It is going to be the middle order batsmen and the spinners who's going to steal the show this season. And the team which has got a great spinner and the team which are able to bowl slowers at the back of the arm, and batsmen who are able to push for singles here there. Now that team is going to steal the limelight this season. And let's look into the next week with more information on IPL 2020. Thank you. This is Ramkumar signing off from RK's Eagle Eye.